Have you ever wished you could just talk and actually get paid for it? There's a new platform called kGrid that claims you can earn by talking to AI in interviews, and then you will get paid when AI cites your insights. Basically, you talk about what you know and then the AI pays you when it uses your knowledge. It sounds exciting, but also a bit confusing, right? Well, I've tested it myself, and in this video I'll show you how it really works, whether you can actually earn, and what's not so clear about how they pay you. In case you don't know, my name is Mikael, and on this channel I test real ways to make money online. Everything from classic side hustle to new AI income opportunities, so you can find what actually works and avoid wasting your time. And today we're diving into kGrid. It's a platform that says you can get paid when AI uses your insights. And I'll give you a quick overview of how it works, what I found after testing it, and what you definitely need to understand before signing up. So let's start by looking at what kGrid actually is and what kind of earning opportunity it really offers. So let's start by going over the basics of what kGrid is and who can join. You can see it says here on the website that AI pays for your knowledge. So it's a human AI knowledge sharing platform. So you just do these short micro interviews and then you earn ongoing royalties when AI uses it. And that of course sounds great, but we'll talk a little bit more about what does that actually mean, because it is also a little bit confusing. But first of all, you need to be aware that from what I've been able to see, you should be able to join from basically all countries. But also from what I've seen, most of the interviews, or basically all the interviews that so far I have seen, they are in English, so keep that in mind. Maybe eventually there will be interviews in other languages, or maybe they already are in some countries. I just have not seen them. If you have tried it yourself, or if you decide to do so, please let me know in the comments if you also only have seen English interviews there. But it's definitely something to keep in mind. Another thing to be aware of is that it is free to sign up for, but when you sign up, you can see you just need to click the get started button. Then you need to verify with your LinkedIn account, because they are mainly looking for professionals. But you can choose to skip this during the sign up process if you don't feel comfortable about it right away. Personally, I like getting an inside look first, so I decide to skip it first, because that is just it's always nice to be able to wait with things like that, sharing things like that, until you have seen a little bit more about what it offers. So you can choose to do that later, but be aware that until you have actually verified with your LinkedIn profile, there will be quite a lot of limitations. For example, they say that there will be no rewards. You will not be able to actually cash out or get paid until you have verified with your LinkedIn there. You will get fewer invites. Also, you won't be able to withdraw. So keep that in mind, that if you actually want to earn, you do need to verify with your LinkedIn account at some point. But let's now dive a little bit deeper into what you will actually be doing. So if you decide to join, you can see that you will select these different micro interviews. Just keep in mind that these interviews, it's an AI guided interview. So it means that you won't be talking to an actual person, but an AI. So just need to be aware of that. But that also means it's more flexible, because usually then you don't have to do it at a specific time. But then in that interview, you are basically just talking. It's 10-15 minutes interview there, whenever it fits into your schedule, which I like about it. They then transcribe it and anonymize it. So it's not that the AI will record any data about who you actually are, where you live, or anything like that. And then if it gets approved, then it will be added to the library. That's when you can then potentially get paid. But let me just show you inside here. You can see, you can go and you can see the opportunities here. You can also see them on the dashboard. You can search for categories if there's a specific category. There are quite a lot of different opportunities, as you can see here. But you can go here, you can read more about it, what exactly is required here, by clicking here. But as you can also see here, the requirements, or they're quite specific about who they are looking for. For example, here it's an industry analyst, decision maker. Here it's an end user. But you do need to have experiences with many of these tools, and a lot of it is business tools. So that's also why they are mainly looking for professionals. That's also why you do have to verify with your LinkedIn account. So you do need to keep that in mind. But other than just saying that you will have an interview about that, they are not very clear about exactly how the whole process works, about you actually getting cited by AI, as they are saying. But I do have a theory about how that actually works, and I will share that later. But first, let's talk about how you can actually get paid. So when you earn, you can also take out your earnings, of course. We'll talk about the earning potential and all this in just a bit here. But first, let's talk about the payout options. You can see they say here that twice a month they process the payments on the 1st and on the 15th, and then you can receive different gift cards here from more than 700 other major retailers. So that's one thing to keep in mind. You cannot yet currently, at least I'm recording this video here, get paid in cash. But what you need to be aware of, and this is what I recommend if you decide to do this, first of all, go and check the payout options. Because for example, if you look at the US, they have 21 gift cards, so there are some quite good options there. The payout threshold, you see, starts very low there, so I do like that aspect of it. But the majority of them is actually charity donations, but still they do have like 21 gift cards. But in other countries, let's France here, you see they have 4 gift cards only. So the options depends a lot on the country you live in. And I have even also seen countries where they actually currently don't even have any payout options. So what I recommend if you decide to do this is, first of all, go to the platform, check out monetization, check your country, and check the exact payout options. Are there even any? And if there are, which gift card does it currently offer? Is it actually something you would like to get paid in? Because if not, of course, it doesn't really make sense to participate in this. And speaking of participating, how do you actually earn by participating in something like this? What is the whole business model that makes it possible for them to pay you? Let's talk a little bit more about my theory of this next. So there are some things I find very interesting about kGrid, but there are also some things I'm very confused about, because they make it sound like it's very easy to earn. You will just, whenever AI uses or cites you, then you will get paid. But first of all, there is no information that I could find anyways that explains how much will you get paid. How is it calculated? If you are cited, what does that mean? Will I earn a few cents here or there? Will I earn a few dollars? There is no information about that, and that I don't like. There should be more transparency about that. I know that it might be hard to give an exact estimate or something like that, but you should at least be able to get an idea, because right now when you first start and you do your first interviews, you have no idea how much you can earn. So I don't really like that aspect. Of course, I also don't really like that, for example, where I live, actually currently there are no payout options. That's of course depends on your country. But what you also need to understand is that you might think, and that was what I thought when I first came there, so like when AI cites you or uses you, so I thought like, okay, they have the content somehow. If ChatGPT or Grok or something like that cites you, then you get paid. But then I looked, and that doesn't really make sense, because how would they make money like that? So it's not very clear what it actually does. But what I can tell you is, like, after looking into this here, based on my many years of experience working online and looking into what I think happens here, is that clearly it's not about these big AIs like ChatGPT or Grok or DeepSeek, all these here citing you. That's not what will happen. They have a client side on the website also, where clients can pay to get insights from their database. So what I assume, again, I wish they would just transparent about this and said exactly how it works, instead of making it sound like, oh, when AI cites you. But what does that mean? Be transparent about that. But what I assume is that what happens is that when then clients get access to this database, and the database, that's all these interviews that you have participated in and other people are participating in, that's when they search some things, and if you get cited in one of these searches in their own database, that means that then you will get cited by their AI to their clients, and then you will get paid. And that's how you can earn, and that's also how they can earn, because you always have to ask, like, what's the business model for them? Because if there's not a business model for them, then it also is not realistic that you can earn. So what I can see is that, okay, they have clients that pay for this data, they do these interviews, and then when your information is used by their clients, that is how you will earn. I just wish that they were just more clear about it. I think it's maybe because it sounds really cool, this whole when AI cites you, but I just prefer if they're just a little bit more transparent about exactly how that works. And again, I also wish that they at least gave an estimate of how much you could earn, but there is no information about that, so just keep that in mind. And if you have done it yourself, or if you decide to do it, also please share your results below. I would love to hear your experiences. How many interviews have you participated in? Have you earned yet? If you have earned, how much did you actually earn? Personally, currently, it's not really something that I will be using because I think that they should be more clear about exactly how it works. I think I have figured out what they are actually doing. Again, this is my assumption based on just looking at it, looking at the client side, all these things, putting things together. Maybe I'm wrong. If you know more about, have inside knowledge, please feel free to correct me below. I'm definitely open to that. Personally, it's not something that I will really be using right now because I would like a little bit more transparency about this. And also, of course, the payout options, that's something you need to consider. Personally, for me right now, there are no payout options in my country, so of course that's not really something I'm interested in then, but I still think it is interesting, one that I will keep an eye on, because again, AI does give us new earning opportunities, and this is one of them. Yeah, I found it interesting and wanted to share it, but also be completely transparent about both the pros and the cons, so then you can decide for yourself whether this is for you or not. If you are interested in other AI training tasks, I do have a list on my website of jobs like that, so I'll leave a link to that below. And also, if you're just in general interested in side hustles, I also do have a list of the best free side hustles you can do. I have more than 20 different options on that list on my website. I'll also leave a link to that below so you can check that out. But no matter what, I hope this video helped you, and if it did, make sure to hit the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.